And welcome back for a delightful video on sectors. And basically sectors are pizzas. So if you're sitting home, it's late and you're getting hungry, I understand. And what a sector is basically is, I'll probably do that bit big, I'll start again. Let me start the circle. And a sector is just a piece of pizza. So we've got there, that's a sector. So it's just a piece of pizza. It could be a small slice, it could be a big slice, that sort of thing. That's what we're talking about there. And basically the two important measurements when we're talking about sectors is the radius of the sector and this angle in here, which we'll call theta. Okay, so that's just theta. It looks like that. So it's like, I don't know, Justin Bieber with like a flicked hairstyle like that, okay? That's theta, Greek letter theta, okay? So there we go, that's what a sector is. What we're going to talk about today is what the area of a sector and what the perimeter of a sector is. So let's crack on, right, let's just do that now. Don't know why I sort of told you what I'm going to say if I just say it. Okay, so area, let's have a look at the area of what this would be. Well, firstly, what would half a circle be? Well, half a circle is half times pi r squared, half of the area of a whole circle. Quarter of a circle will be a quarter pi r squared. Okay, so if you have some sector that has an angle theta there, the fraction of a circle that you'll have is whatever theta is, whatever angle is that, over 360. Because 360 is the amount of degrees all the way around. So this will be the fraction of the circle that you have. So whatever that fraction is, you just times that by pi r squared, and that is your area of a sector. Okay, no problems. Now perimeter is very similar, but with a little trick that, not a trick, but a tricky bit that everyone forgets. Okay, so if you think about this perimeter, let's have a look at this sector. How long is this section here? Well, that section there, again, it's the fraction of a whole circle. So it's going to be the fraction, whatever the angle is, over 360, that's the fraction of the circle, times by what the whole circle would be. The whole circle, the circumference of a circle is equal to 2 pi r. So that would be the distance here of this little arc, we call that an arc. The other thing you got to remember is that we need to add this length here, because we're talking about perimeter, the outside, and this length. How long are they? They're both r. So we just need to add 2r onto that, and there is your formula for perimeter. So you can either remember that, or you can just sort of remember how to figure it out, sort of thing. That's what I do. Okay, let's just go straight into some examples. Smash it. Here we go. Example, what? I'll do 2. Find the perimeter, and area of this shape here. Okay. Like that, let's just say it's, I don't know, 37 degrees, just making crap up, and let's say that this is 5.1 kilometers. Okay, find the perimeter and the area of this shape. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do the area, plug it into the formula. The angle is 37, so the fraction of a circle is 37 over 360, and we're going to times that by pi. I told you to write down the formula, so why am I not listening to my own? There's the formula, over 360 times pi r squared. So let's do that. So the angle is 37 over 360 times by pi times by the radius squared. And there we go. Let's just calculate this straight into the calculator. Let's go. 37 over 360, I'll put it in as a fraction. 37 over 360. Press to the right to get it out of the fraction. We're going to times that by pi and times it by the radius. I've forgotten what the radius was. It was 5.1 times by 5.1 squared equals 8. Let's round that up to 8.4. So 8.4 equals 8.4 we're in kilometres here, and it's area, so it will be kilometres 2-dimensional squared. And there's your answer. There's the area. Okay, let's do perimeter. Write down your formula. Theta over 360 times by 2 pi r plus 2r in the end. Let's go. Again, angle 37 over 360 times by 2 times by pi times by the radius plus 2 lots of 5.1. Okay. Again, I'm just going to skip a bit of time here and not do that on my calculator. Type that into your calculator, get an answer. There you go. The units would be, think carefully about your units, but they're going to be in kilometres, not kilometres squared, just kilometres, because it's perimeter. It's a distance. Okay. Sorry about not finishing off, but just can't be bothered. It's just chuck it into your calculator. Let's do another example of something like this. Oh, that's a terrible drawing. It's a Pac-Man. Okay, so see Pac-Man. There we go. There's Pac-Man. What if we have a radius here? I'm just going to keep it simple of 2 meters, and let's say this here is 25 degrees. Find that. Let's do both. Let's do both again. Okay, so find the area and the perimeter. Good. Let's do this. Firstly, let's talk about what angle this is. What we want, we're talking about all this stuff out here this time. It's the bigger side. So when you're talking about what the angle is, we've got our radius of 2, that's no dramas. But what's the angle? The angle is actually all this stuff in here, not that 25 degrees. So what is it going to be? It's going to be 360 minus 25, which is equal to 343.35 degrees. Okay, so just be careful. We're talking about the big angle here. It's trying to trick us by showing us the small angle. Good. So therefore, area is equal to theta over 360 times pi squared, which is 335 over 360 times pi times 2 squared. Into the calculator, 335 over 360. So fraction 335 over 360. Press right to get it out of the fraction. Times by pi times by 2 squared equals. Now it's given us the exact answer here. Okay, so I'm going to go with that, 67 pi over 18. So that's our year 10 answer, equals 67 pi over 18. Now your calculator, just to go back to this, your calculator when it can will give it, if it's in the right mode, so just check this, if it's in math print mode, which is what I would prefer, I'd prefer you to have that, then when it can, it'll show you in exact form, so in a fraction or a third or that sort of thing. If you're asked to find that in approximate, then you press this little double arrow key here, and that'll give you your answer of 11.69. Okay, so I'll just write that here. There's my year 10 answer, and just to give you a rough, it's equal to roughly equal to 11.69 meters squared. There's your answer. Year 10 answer, year 9 answer. Both will be marked correct. I'm going to try and train you to do this one much better. Okay, perimeter, I'll just quickly do it. Perimeter is equal to, again, theta over 360 times 2 pi r plus 2r. Again, plug in the numbers. It's going to be the same, 335 over 360. I'm not going to do this in the calculator. Times the radius of 2 plus 2 times 2. Maybe I should do it in the calculator, just stop being so lazy. 335 over 360, I'll just clear it, it's getting a bit messy. Fraction 335 over 360 times by 2 times by pi times by the radius, which is 2, wasn't it? Pretty sure it was. I forget now. All of that plus 2 times 2, which is 4. enter, grand total of 15.69. 15.69. 15.69. That's it. And again, we're in meters, so there we go. Hope that makes sense. That's sectors.